once the people who do buy it get it in their hands, you guys are gonna die because it is so damn good. Who have deeper skin, deeper skin tone, deeper tone, a dark skin tone. On deep skin, one of the deepest skin tones that we could find, deep skin. And it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, what your skin type is, or what your skin tone is, there is something for you in this collection. And that just makes me so happy.
Gal, we got some stuff to talk about, so let's talk about it. So, if you have never seen my face before, welcome back to my channel. My name is Simone Nicole, and I thank you so much for coming to another video. So, today's video is going to be a review on the much anticipated Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics holiday launch. Now, I didn't purchase the last launch, even though I was really happy for her. I didn't purchase the last launch because it just wasn't anything that I was rushing out to do. And then we are all very aware of what happened after her last launch. So much negativity, so much negativity surrounded that launch, and I have a lot of opinions about it because Jaclyn Hill is a person where she, for the rest of her career, likely will never be able to launch something without a disdain being attached to her name, unfortunately. And I really don't care for that. Like, I understand why people are upset at her, and I understand why people are upset at her as a brand and her brand as a whole, but there's a fine line between being upset and being a bully. And I know that I'm stepping into really like hard territory because so many people have so many opinions on this woman. I commented on another creator's video before about, she had done a video on Jaclyn's lipsticks, and I basically said, like, I'm not a Jaclyn Hill stan, because I'm not like a Hillster or part of the Jack Pack. I'm just somebody that steps back from a situation and doesn't like to hop on bandwagons, right? So I expressed this in the comment, basically saying, like, shit happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, mistakes happen. She was wrong. Her company didn't address the situation well, but to then start sending death threats to somebody, cutting somebody down in every way possible, coming for her family over hairy lipsticks. Granted, there was actual foreign objects and they were contaminated. It's more so like the veracity in which they went after this woman was disturbing to me, and I don't like it. It's just plain and simple. I wouldn't like it coming from anyone. There are plenty of creators that I really don't care for, and you will never catch me in their comments telling them to kill themselves. I just firmly believe that we as people just need to be nicer to each other and have a lot more compassion than what we generally have. And remember to keep your own opinions and not let your opinions be influenced by others. So I am making this video today based off of my own opinion, just like I said. You don't necessarily have to agree with me about Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics or about Jaclyn as a person, but today I am here to give you all a review on her newest holiday launch. So that is what we are going to get into. I just wanted to get my personal feelings out about her and her as a brand and her brand thus far. I haven't had experience with her brand in the past, so I can't add to that conversation and that narrative, but I just as a person wanted to say that I believe that the way that this woman is constantly and consistently attacked is not cool. That's all I'm saying. Now, let's get into the products that I bought from this launch. I was on the website at noon. It said that the products were going to launch at noon, and I was really afraid that the products were going to sell out. So I hopped on it, girl. Hopped right on it, okay? I was fully like put my stuff in my cart, and checked out maybe 15 minutes after the launch happened, because I really didn't want to not get these products to be able to review, because all that woman talked about in that video was how good these products were for dark skin. And I'm sure you saw from my intro how much she emphasized the fact that she worked so hard on creating these products to complement any skin tone. At one point she said there is nobody that will be left out. Well, coming from someone that's left out of majority of major things that launch, down to eyeshadow palettes, I felt like that was a really tall order and a really tall claim. For reference, so this is the Fenty Hydrating Foundation, and I am in the shade 490. This is a hair too light for me, and I'm gonna put up like how deep the shade range goes somewhere in here, but I think I'm like, this is either the second to last or like the third to last shade in the collection. So I am deep in complexion. You can't really tell right now because of the settings that I have on the camera. Let me see if I can decrease my ISO. Yes, so this is a better depiction of me, how I look in real life as I look in the mirror. I'm really deep, so for her to claim that she has made products that anybody can use, especially highlights, out of everything in my collection, I use the same highlights over and over and over and over again, because I just don't feel as though companies really take the time to release really good highlighters. So as I said, I placed my order. I think that the website, like everything opened up on a Tuesday, and I received my things by Saturday, which is really fast in my opinion, especially for a brand new launch. I checked on the items to see if I really needed to be that thirsty and get them right after they launched later that evening, and they had everything but like the Flare combo palette with like the Flare palette and then the Flare brush was sold out. So I mean, she sold out, whether that's from haters or from lovers. The girl sold out of her products. I'm looking down at my notes, and Jaclyn released 3 different forms of her highlighters. She released the Accent Lights highlighter, the Mood Light highlighters / powders, like they're generally powders, and the Beaming Light highlighters. So I did not purchase the Mood Light highlighters or powders because I knew that I couldn't touch that shade with a 10-foot pole to highlight, to set the face with. She says in their video that like, oh, it looks so good on ultra deep skin tones. I personally didn't understand how that was possible when I looked at the swatches. So when we get into how the package looks, this is the packaging that the Flare palette came in, and it's really beautiful. It's heavy, like even just the package is heavy as heck. Oh, and speaking of packaging, I completely forgot that people were pissed because her PR package looks like Fenty's, like I have it, let me grab it. Her PR package looks eerily similar to the Fenty powders. And I noticed it as soon as she brought the PR package out, like in the video, before I looked at anybody's complaints, before I looked at comments, anything, I said, that looks literally just like the Fenty setting powder. I did not care because it's a PR package. The average consumer is not going to receive a PR package. Jaclyn is not making money off of her PR package. She is not trying to use Fenty's likeness in order to sell products. She's not selling the PR package. It just so happens that they have the same, what is this, octangular freaking shape and silver. Like, I just didn't think that that was that big of a deal. I don't know if I was like the owner of a brand and someone had a PR package that looked identical to one of my products, how pissed I would be, because at the end of the day it's just a PR package. But that's that on that. I was reminded to talk about that because of this and what this reminds me of. As soon as she opened this, I got Hourglass vibes. I'm not gonna lie to you all, I definitely did. And I know it sounds like I'm trying to make excuses for this woman, but as a makeup consumer, I just feel like it's hard for brands to come out with things that we have not seen before. Like it just is. So when you take it out of the unicarton, you have all of these layers until you get to the physical product. So it has a little card in it that says you're looking at an original. Our accent light highlighters are made using a proprietary filling process that creates unique one-of-a-kind patterns in every single pan. This is no ordinary highlighter palette. It is a work of art. Talk your shit, girl. Damn. So I do think that some of this packaging is a little unnecessary, but it probably is that way to protect the integrity of what's in here, because in her video she said that her formulas are made in Europe and all that good stuff. So she probably just wanted to make sure that it traveled really safe and didn't arrive broken, because child, Lord knows the internet would have tore her apart for her stuff arriving broken. So she probably did that to take extra precaution. So I will show close-ups of this, of course, but the packaging, like, beautiful. I don't own a palette. I don't really own like super duper expensive things, but this packaging, holy, it's really nice and weighted. Even the back is mirrored, like really nice. Will it get fingerprints all over it? Yeah, but I mean, who cares, because I'm going to constantly wipe it off just like I just did. And then we get inside to the good stuff. This is heavy. Like, I can't even turn it down because the top part literally falls down because the top is so heavy. And then you get into these beautiful, delicious shades. Now, this is coming from someone that, like I said, is usually counted out of launches. I don't see brands making highlights this color. I just don't, especially brands owned by white people, white women, white trans people, white men. I never see brands really do this. Not never, but it's really, 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 really far and few in between. So I'm really feeling this already, because it does look like it has pretty good potential. Now, when I do touch the formulas, they are soft. This is a swatch of what this first shade looks like, Glow Up, and it is soft. This is not emollient. It's not like a ColourPop highlighter. They feel really smooth though. And then I will just go ahead and swatch this first one just on the back of my hand. It is, especially on camera, beaming, but you gotta remember also, I did like 75 swatches of this just now, so it's a lot of product on the back of my hand. Now we're gonna swatch Made You Look. So, and I am applying a fair amount of pressure so that I give it a good show of what it looks like. I don't really feel the need to necessarily apply soft pressure, because like, who cares about that? Like, we want to see maximum capacity, right? Then next we are going to swatch Exposure. And this one is the one that I kind of had the highest hopes for, because it's like a good deep brown bronze kind of deal. So we're gonna swatch that, and that is what this is looking like. Really beautiful, especially on camera. Beautiful. Then we're going to swatch Turned On. Now, Turned On feels more of like a blush topper to me, but we're still going to try her as a highlight today. I don't know why I'm going to put all this highlight on my face, but here we go. These look gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm not going... the proof is kind of like in the swatch. I don't know, they're gorgeous. But swatches are all good and all fine, but they really don't matter until you get them on your face. Now, the next product that I got is one of her, I think it's called Beam, the Beam highlighters. And I got it in the darkest shade, I got it in the darkest shade, which is Megawatt. Now, the packaging for this one is pretty regular, pretty standard. You just unfold that guy, and then it pops out. Now, I've already taken off the little plastic thing that covers the sifter inside. But this is what the packaging looks like. It has her logo across the front, the nice frosted packaging, and a nice mirrored cap. I personally love this design. I don't really care about fingerprints. I love it. It's so clean and nice to me. And then when we get inside, I didn't really get a chance to swatch this because I didn't want to like ruin it for showing you guys. So let's really freaking get into it. This is what it is looking like on the finger. And then let's swatch it across my wrist. Yeah, that's a completely different feel from the rest of them. You can't tell as much on camera, but that's like a whole other different vibe. You can see it's way more metallic than these top ones. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. So now we're gonna get to the fun stuff. I'm gonna switch lenses. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna speak English. I'm gonna switch lenses. I'm going to wipe all these off. We're gonna scoot in, and then we're actually going to use these. So, okay, I'll see you in like a couple seconds. Okay, now that you guys are all zoomed in and can see all of my flaws and transgressions, let's get freaking started. I think that we are going to start with the Flare palette, and I cannot decide whether I want to mix, because that's what I would usually do, but I don't think that it's a fair enough review to mix. I think I'm gonna just start with the one that I have the most hope for. Oh, so if I could get in frame, that would be nice. I think that I'm going to start with the one that I have the most hope for, which is the shade Exposure, the deepest of all of the shades, if you can, yeah, the deepest one in the corner right here. So I'm going to just take my brush and I'm going to lightly dip into this. I don't know why I'm like literally nervous, because I'm so nervous I'm not gonna like it. So I'm gonna use the mirror that's in the palette for this. And okay, yeah. Pretty. And I went in, I actually didn't, I just added another layer of exposure. It's pretty, and it's also really pretty on camera. I don't know, it's just not giving it to me. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like giving it to me. Then I'm gonna take a bit of Major Look, and I'm just gonna put that on the tip of my nose, because I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put all these colors on my face, because there's only so many places on your face that you highlight. So, and I do love a good nostril nose highlight. I really do. So that's really pretty on the tip of the nose. Okay, so let's do Turned On down the center of the nose. Okay, so you know, maybe I might like Turned On more. Okay, let's do a little bit of Turned On, which is that darker one. So I just put Major Look on the tip of my nose. Let's try, I feel like this is gonna be too blushy. I'm gonna put that directly on top of the other shade. Okay. Did I speak too soon? What do you guys think? Like, I know I'm not like reacting. Keep in mind, this has no highlight on this entire side of my face. I'm not reacting because I really don't know how to feel just yet. I do think that they're okay. I think it's nice, but I don't think that this is the formula to give you that like bam pow. So I wanted to save this whole cheek area for this next formula. I really wanted to give this a good proper moment, you know. Now this one is a lot more like beaming bow, boom, in your face. I just, in person, sitting a little too atop of the skin. Let me see, let me blend this in with my beauty blender, because this is what I always do with my highlights. I am not gagged. They're pretty, but I guess that my expectations were a little higher because of how she had spoken about how great these were gonna be. And they are nice, like, don't get me wrong, they're not bad and they're not ashy. Let's also say that they are not ashy. I just was hoping for more depth. And you know whose video I'm actually excited to see? I hope that she sent these to Naima Tang. If you've never seen her before, I will link her video here. I'll link her channel here so that you can go check her out. She is darker than me. She is, I would say 2 to 3 shades darker than me. So she has the deepest skin tone out of any YouTuber that I have ever seen review things. So I'm excited to see it on her and to get her reaction. I hope that she reviews these products because I think I look pretty. I think that these are great products. I think that the disappointment kind of comes from the fact that I just thought that they would be more. I don't know. I'm gonna ponder a little bit. I'm gonna switch my lenses out so that I can go back to my original lens, and then we can talk about my final thoughts. Okay, boys and gals and everything in between. What are my thoughts? What are my feelings? So let me actually put on a little setting spray. Y'all, as it's settling into my skin, it is really beautiful. And as a matter of fact, the lighting that we are in right now really does reflect exactly how I look in person. Like, as I look in my mirror, is really almost spot on to how I look in person. So the bridge highlight is really giving it to me, and the profile highlights are really beautiful. Like I said, I am going to have to play with this palette and these products more. Now, if we're talking about what grade I give them, I give them B+ to A-. I'm gonna do that because I give her credit where credit is due. This is a white woman that had a disastrous launch and did not play it safe. She came out with 3 different formulas in so many different colors that it bumped her up, at least like from being like a regular B to that A- that I am stretching to give. And I think that it's just not an A for me because the packaging is there, the aesthetic is there, it feels luxe. Because this palette, I did forget to mention prices, this palette is a $50 palette, and I think that this highlight was like $25 or somewhere in there. So these are not cheap products at all, but they don't feel as though she just threw these together and was like, okay, now we're gonna sell them. Like, it does feel like she put some good effort into these and thought, and it feels like love went into these. And Jaclyn is very known for her highlights, and I just feel good that she went out of her way to make sure that as many people as possible could be included in this launch. So at the end of the day, would I recommend it? I would. to any skin tone, honestly. I don't know if it can go as deep as Naima, the person that I brought up earlier. I don't know if it will fit her skin tone, but I am pretty dark. I am pretty deep in complexion, and if I can wear these highlights comfortably, and it does give me, like when I turn my head, it does give me that, you know. And I thought that I liked the loose highlight side more than I like the flare, but the flare is kind of really giving it to me. But then again, I did mix like 3 different colors inside of the flare palette all together in order to give me this highlight here. If Jaclyn or her team ever see this one day, I just want you all to know that I do appreciate what was being done here, and if I had to give constructive criticism, I would say that the tone is there, the depth is there, but I feel as though you could go deeper, which sounds a little weird, but when you think about highlights on really light complexions, it matches the base of their complexion, right? Generally, it matches exactly what their skin tone looks like, and then there's metallics on top of that. That's not what this is. The Beauty Bakery one, yet again, I've never seen a highlight this dark before. This is beautiful. It's a little too dark for me to be a highlight, but that has, I'm gonna just swatch that in and of itself. This has, it's just beautiful. You see, like, this is the way that highlights look on skin tones that are light, and then they put on that highlight, and then it's like when you turn and when you move, you can see that reflection happening, as opposed to, I'm just going to use the darkest shade in the flare for comparison, which is Exposure. Do you see what I mean? Both beautiful shades, but this is generally what lighter skin tones experience, where they're like, ooh, that's beautiful. When I move, I just see it like shining. This is more so I can see it always, you know, which is beautiful, but it's what's expected. I think that if you want to even more set yourself apart, I think go towards this direction, you know what I'm saying? This video subscriber shout out is going to go to one of my dear friends, Khadijah Wingo, aka Quingo. I love Khadijah, and we have gotten the opportunity to be close because we went through the same program in college, and now that we have graduated, we have gone our separate ways, but there is nothing but love that I have towards her and that she has towards me, and she's so supportive. And I know that if I ever need anything artistically, mentally, whatever, she is just the type of person, we don't have to talk every single day. She's always going to be there. She's always going to support. So if you would like to follow a dope girl that is so talented and so humble, please go follow her over on Instagram and whatever other platform that she comes out with in the future. I know that she said that she is creating a blog and she's just putting the finishing touches on it, so I will stay tuned for that, because this girl is definitely someone to watch out for. And that is it, you all. I know that this was a long one, but I wanted it to be as detailed as possible because I paid $78 for these 2 products, which is a lot of money. That's a lot of investment for especially the average everyday kind of gal. That's a lot. So I just wanted to make sure that I included as much detail as possible, gave you comparisons, gave you my real life honest reaction. This video will be edited and filmed and edited in the same day, so I won't be able to like say in the description box what I think of it a week later. Like, that's not going to be a possibility. But a little announcement, I will be participating in Vlogmas this year. I will not be doing every single day of December because I'll die, but what I will be doing is 10 days leading up to Christmas, I'll be uploading every single solitary day. So during those uploads, I will definitely make sure to tell you all how I feel about them and how the products are really settling in on me, and my final thoughts will come out in one of those mini videos. And how are you gonna know my final thoughts if you don't subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell and be notified of every time I upload, because the uploads will be coming. Also, if you have anything, any videos to suggest, please do not be afraid to do so. I just want to reiterate that I would love for everyone to spread positivity, because that is everything that I preach. I am all about positivity. You get what you give. I'm just saying, as a woman that has lived on this earth for 23 years, I firmly and wholeheartedly believe that God sends me the energy that I give out. So I want to always continue to push out positive energy to all of you all, and remember to keep it positive and respectful to your fellow human being. Okay, I'm gonna stop being corny and I'm going to sign off. Remember to keep positivity in your life, because positivity breeds positivity, and we have no time for negativity in these last 25 days of December. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.